Hi everybody, it's Janine Mason from Lighthouse ArtCenter in Tequesta, Florida. I'm going to do a quick video tour of Arrived. These are 5 Florida artists who have emerged, and they are on exhibition here with us until February 24th, 2018. You're looking at the work right now of Mary GrandPre. Aren't these beautiful mixed media pieces? Mary, you may recognize as the illustrator of all of the Harry Potter books. Mary's from Sarasota, Florida, and we are so thrilled to have her work here in the gallery with us. Every piece is just exquisite. Look, these are 12 by 12s. And by the way, they're all available. If you feel you need to add one of these to your collection, all you have to do is call me. This is a 3648. These are more 12 by 12s. Our number here is 561-746-3101. That's a 2228. 2 more 12 by 12s. Now I'm going to pan around and you'll see these little beauties over here. These are 20 by 20s. Everything Mary does is just so beautifully layered. Look at those colors and the composition. Like I said, mixed media. These are all 20 by 20s. This big piece right here is a beauty. This is a 60 by 48. The title is Evolution Blue. Coming around the corner here we have 3 more 36 by 36s. Beautiful, right? I'm crazy about these. I'm going to walk you into, oh, don't peek in there. I'm going to walk into the long gallery now. This is the work of Sarah Crooks. Sarah is an artist from Jacksonville, Florida. She calls herself an eco-feminist. Everything Sarah does is absolutely layered with meaning. So what you're looking at right now is a mock bear skin, and it's called Grandmother Star Bear Comes from the Land of Flowers. Everything Sarah does is so colorful and so meaningful. And this actually tracks the evolution of the demise of the black bear in Florida. So you can see where it was discovery. We came down into the land of tropical flowers, fabulousness. Oh, Indians displaced. Now we're looking up here, all of the development. I want you to look over here at this map of Florida. You see all the green places? Those were where the black bears used to roam. And of course you can see all of the development that's happened. So when they opened bear season again in Florida, poor Sarah was fit to be tied. Sarah Flair is also a performance artist, and so there are times when she wears this quilt. I want you to look at the back of it. This is actually done on an heirloom quilt that's been in Sarah's family forever. This is Sarah dressed in that quilt with the bear head. This is me as a star bear, and here is the head. Sarah also does enormous tapestries. It's hard for me to get this whole piece in here with the camera at this angle. This is a 16-foot long tapestry. It's on pre-printed domestic cotton, and then Sarah uses charcoal and gesso and paint and silkscreen. Like I said, everything she does is just layered with meaning. This is 3rd in the series of the Red Pearl River. Here, I know I'm coming at this backwards. I'm going to show you 2nd in the series of the Red Pearl River. Right there. Let me back up. Sarah was trained as a botanical illustrator. And boy, has she taken that farther than I'm sure anyone ever thought possible. This piece here is the first piece in the Red Pearl River. This is when the healers came ashore. Sarah Crooks, Jacksonville, Florida. So happy to have Sarah's work here. One more thing I'll show you, or maybe a couple of Sarah's. So Sarah was adopted, and she says that all of her life she's been doing self-portraits. She met her biological mother, and it had such an impact on her, that meeting. Right here we're looking at copperplate intaglios. Sarah Crooks, Jacksonville, Florida. I'm going to walk you into the room now of Cheryl Maeder. Cheryl Maeder is from West Palm Beach, Florida. And she is a renowned photographer. These pieces that we have with us today are where the land meets the sea, meets the sky. Cheryl is doing this with photography and painting, but she's more than a photographer and more than a painter. She's an installation artist as well, and she's done some enormous public art projects. What I find absolutely fascinating, and if you can, maybe you want to stop the video here for just a minute, but she says that her photography was the inspiration for the Dove campaign on Real Women, Real Beauty. It transformed the way that women are now viewed in the global media. Pretty darn impressive, and aren't we thrilled to have her? Cheryl Maeder, by the way, is represented locally by the Armand Bowling Fine Art Gallery. Now, if you have not known the work of Xavier Cortada, an artist from West Palm Beach, Florida, an artist from Miami, Florida, you are in for a treat. Look at that. Xavier Cortada. We met about 10 years ago when we were both serving on the Florida Arts Council. Xavier has had installations at the North Pole, at the South Pole, at the Bern Hadron Collider. Xavier is one of the hardest working, most passionate artists I have ever met. This came from an installation that he started, I think in 2009, at the South Pole. So he marked the longitudinal lines of 180 degrees east and then did a lot of research in which he discovered each one of these creatures from every one of those longitudinal degrees is endangered. This installation here is called Endangered World. Look at that. Now, Xavier's work is always, always celebrated with a community arts activism component. And so here is the engagement component or activism component of Endangered World. Each one of these little wax paper bags contains a rock that's marked with what's on the label. 34 degrees east, checkered elephant shrew. And what you're welcome to do, should you come to see us, is take that little rock out of that little bag, put it in your pocket. You can write a note to us here and leave it in that spot where you took the rock. And what it does is it pledges. You make a pledge about what you might be able to do to help these endangered creatures. These are just some of the things that people have put here in the last couple of days. Xavier Cortada, Miami, Florida. Eco artist. The project is Endangered World. I'm moving now into the main gallery and the work of Margaret Ross Tolbert. Now, Margaret Ross Tolbert paints big. Look at these. Isn't that glorious? And you might look at these and think, oh, they're abstracts, but let me tell you, Margaret paints the Florida Springs. And the Florida Springs, if you don't know, are seriously endangered right now. It has to do with overpopulation and poor planning. Margaret brings her love of the springs to the rest of the world. Look at these. And in that way, she's doing her part to save the planet. This gigantic piece that's across the room from me right now. This is a diptych. Each one of these pieces is 11 feet wide. And if I didn't have the conference room doors between them, you would be able to see very easily that that is just one giant spring. See it? It all comes together. I asked Margaret why she paints so large, and she says because she wants her viewers to have an immersive experience. The springs are an absolutely magical place. Can you tell? Oh, if you ever have the chance to visit the Florida Springs, say yes. I'm moving all the way around to this wall. This is a triptych of Margaret's. Again, can you see that? 1, 2, and 3. Margaret has a beautiful video, too, that you can look up online. And a few years ago, she did this lovely book, Aquafurious. If you'd like to know more about Margaret's work, again, let me know. You can go to www.lighthousearts.org/arrived. And you'll find all sorts of information on that page about every one of these artists I'm showing you. What you can also do is get a hold of me through the website. LighthouseArts.org. Now I'm just about done with this little tour. You could spend all day here, but I'm already 11 minutes into this video, which I know is long. But tell me, at what point could I have made it any shorter? This is a 3-part series called Epoch, Xavier Cortada. So this is the first epoch, the second, I'm moving into the third. These are mass extinction events, and we are now in the third epoch. Okay, the last piece I'm going to show you before I close this video is this glorious piece by Sarah Crooks, Jacksonville, Florida. It is The Two Mothers of Eve. Get here if you can. This is such a beautiful show, and we are so very honored to have these amazing Florida artists all with us. Thanks for watching. We hope you'll come see us. Let me give you the address. It's 373 Tequesta Drive, Tequesta, Florida, 33469. www.lighthousearts.org/arrived. Thanks for your time. This is Janine Mason, the curator.